It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
So the only way to get into it is to all the way just go ahead and get into it. So last March I had posted the video on Instagram. I'm going to put a screenshot over here of when I was pregnant, and I had told my husband. Underneath the post, like, there were some girls who started to go back and forth about how he has a 3-year-old that he doesn't take care of. So I'm like, you know, okay, like maybe they're talking about his older child that's 7, because he does have an older child that's 7. And I'm like, okay, but the age is off. And so, but they're going back and forth. And then a girl who insinuates herself to be, or who insinuated that she was the child's mother, says, oh, you know, I hope our kids can meet one day. I go to her page, I see that she has a child on there. And so, you know, I'm showing him pictures of the girl. I'm like, do you know any of them? He's like, no, never seen them a day in my life. He's swearing up and down he's never seen any of these people before. He swears that they're like, must be affiliates of his baby mama, of the 70-year-old, like just trying to troll. And he even gets mad. He's like, you know, people are always trying to ruin my happiness. Like, I'm just trying to move on with my life, and people are always trying to be in the way and stop me from being happy. And he's like, just block them, just block them. So I go ahead and I block them, because I'm like, okay, like that is weird, because I really did think it was the first baby mom. And I was like, it's weird that they wouldn't know the, you know, age of her child, but I was like, okay, blocked. So a couple of months go by and it's June, and for some reason this girl is still on my brain. So you know how it is, you know, we make our little fake TikToks or whatever, and she finally has her Instagram linked to her TikTok. So of course I'm like hype, like, okay, like I'm really about to see who this girl is, because she didn't really have much on her TikTok. So, you know, I click on the Instagram and see that the girl is already following me. So I'm like, what? Like, so I'm looking at the girl page. She went to college. Her son is cute. Like, it's really giving like normal. Like, why would she say something like that? So again, I remember he had just went and picked up some. So, you know, he's sitting there doing his little thizzle. So I'm like, again, do you know this girl? This man say, on the man above, I don't know her. Never seen her a day in my life. He was like, just block her. Like, why are we still on that? And he was like, I told you that's my baby mama's people. Like, just block it. And so I'm like, okay. I said, but why she already followed me on Instagram? Like, that's different. And he's like, just block her. So I don't know what made me do it, but before I went to block her, I clicked the messages. And that girl sent me a message the day after my wedding. So I'm like, not the day after my wedding. And y'all, the longest and sweetest message, where she pretty much was like, I'm not trying to ruin your nuptials, Donovan, I'm not trying to ruin your life, but you know I've been trying to get a hold of you for child support, and you know, like, I'm tired of pretty much doing this on my own. Like, come and be a dad to your kid. I'm like, again, you don't know her? He's like, oh my mama, I never seen that girl day in my life, oh my mama. And I said, okay, I'm just gonna ask her for the proof. So I asked her for the proof. She sends me a whole text thread. Mind you, she got pictures of this man in her phone from like when they was talking back in 2019. And this was before I met him. So he really has no reason to lie about it. But anyway, so like she sends me the proof. And I literally say, so this is not you pretending to acknowledge this child is yours, talking about, hey, little man, how's my little man doing? So that's not you acknowledging that this child is yours. Y'all know this man looked at me and said that he got hacked. I said, who the fuck would pretend to be you? You work at Enterprise, and from the sounds of it, you have 2 children. Who would pretend to be you to pretend to be someone's baby daddy? It doesn't make any sense. Like, and this is the first major lie that he's ever told. So I'm low-key appalled that he would like look at the face of the truth, like with the receipts, and say that he got hacked. I am like shocked and appalled that he would say. Fast forward to October, the week of my birthday, October 3rd. That Thursday I went in for my regular baby checkup, and I found out that there was no fetal movement. So of course they're like, you know, there's not a heartbeat. And at the time I was 8 months. So they were like, you know, you have to be admitted over at Texas Women's. When I was admitted that Thursday, that Friday, they induced me early that morning. And so around 3 p.m. I had asked him to go get me a Sprite from McDonald's, because y'all know, you know, McDonald's Sprite be really like. And so I was like, go get me a Sprite from McDonald's. He went supposedly to get a Sprite. He said he was going to freshen up. He was going to do all of that and be back in a timely fashion, right? This was at 3 p.m. This man pulls up to the hospital at 11:30 p.m. So I've been there all day, crying myself to sleep all day, at least from 3 p.m. to 11, right? It doesn't take that long to go get a freaking Sprite and to freshen up. Mind you, when he comes into the door of the, you know, the maternity room, I can smell the Hennessy. It's so freaking strong, right? He comes in and he gets all the way undressed, like down to his drawers, like all the way undressed. And you know how they usually have a recliner in the baby room? He pulls the recliner over next to the bed and he's like messing up the IV, knocking pills off the table because he's being so obnoxious trying to get the chair next to the bed. So he gets the chair next to the bed and leans all the way back, puts as far as the recliner will go, and put the cover over his head and proceed to go to sleep. Or he thought. So I literally say, are you fucking kidding me? And he gets up, he's like, babe, what? I said, are you drunk? And he says, no, I only had a couple shots. And I said, first off, why have you been drinking at all? And why are you just not getting back at 11:30? And I said, and put some clothes on. So he's like, oh, I'm sorry. He put on his clothes. And I'm like, so where did you go? Him talking about, oh, I went to my uncle's house. Like, you know, I don't have nobody to talk to. Because mind you, he's beefing with his whole family, red flag. But he don't have no real supports outside of this like 50-year-old drug dealing uncle that he had. So he's like, yeah, like I was over at my uncle's house. He told me to come over. And I said, so your 50-year-old uncle told you to come over instead of you coming home to be with your wife. Swearing up and down, he went to his uncle's house and they just had a couple shots. And I said, yeah, go ahead and pour it up for your dead baby. I'm like, so how tragic is it that, you know, you needed your uncle more than I needed you? Like, what a shame. You needed your uncle more than I needed you. In the whole 3 years that we've been together, there has never been a time that I needed you like right now. And for you to fold like that, him to have folded after like I have held him down through 2 stints of joblessness. Because at that point, I'm like, at this point, nigga, like, it's not like you're in between jobs. You're jobless. Like, you can't keep a job. Held you down through 2 stints of that, and I said there will not be a third. Held you down through the fact that you did not make a lot of money. Was super patient with that. Held you down with the simple fact that I was still willing to roll with the punches when we found out about the second baby moms. Y'all, it really just got worse. So, you know, as expected, you know, I'm super depressed after the miscarriage. I was actually more depressed than what I let people around me know that I was. At this point, we're in December, so you know that we went down to Dallas. We did the DNA test on the 6th, and they told us that she had until the 15th to present her son for DNA as well, and that we would be getting the results, right? So at that point, we had no other option but to wait for the DNA, right? So we're gonna move forward to like the day after Christmas. I was riding with him while he was going to go get his. We in the car. And you know how like somebody goes like swiping out their apps real quick, but you catch a glimpse of it? And I caught enough of a glimpse to see it was Instagram. So I said, you made an Instagram? And he said, no. And I said, who Instagram you on? And he said, I'm on your Instagram. I said, okay. What were you looking at on Instagram? And this man gonna say, Kim K. So you looking at Kim K on my Instagram? Okay. You already know, like, so you saying that you looking at Kim K on my phone. Let me see. But you know, niggas are really slow. So when I initially had saw him, like, you know, scrolling up, trying to close out the apps, I saw that the Instagram that he was on only had 2 bubbles at the top, indicating what, you only follow 2 people? I follow more than 2 people. I follow a lot of people. So I'm like, there's no way he's on my Instagram. So of course I'm like, let me see. And that boy, he was trying to move to close them apps, but he didn't close them quick enough. So I snatched the phone, looking at the phone, and I said, oh, Dre_O'Connor, you have an Instagram. Why would you say you're on my Instagram? He's like, I didn't want you to think that I was doing nothing. I only made the Instagram because I heard my homeboy John got killed. So you know what I'm saying? I was trying to find John. So you know me. Immediately go to like taking pictures with my phone of like, you know, the follow list of like the front page, because I'm like, I'll just go look at that stuff later, but I just want it for my own personal reference now. He's swearing up and down that he mean nothing. And so the minute I was like about to go to the messages on the Instagram to look, right, he snatches his phone away from me. And I'm like, why'd you take the phone if you don't have nothing to hide? He like, man, because you're doing the most right now. You're doing the most. I said, how I'm doing the most, but you made a whole Instagram and I don't even know about it. And I have Instagram. Everybody and their mama have Instagram. It's not a crime to have Instagram. I go to call my mom because I'm like, this man is trying to make me feel like I am crazy. Like, why would you make an Instagram, lie about it, say you're on my Instagram looking at Kim K, and then, mind you, from what I saw in the search bar, you looking for late night freaks in Houston. So mind you, I'm trying to call my mom, and this man literally take my phone out my hand, throws it out the window on I-10. Throws my phone out the window and was just like, you don't need to be talking to nobody. And was like dead serious. So now like I go nuts. Like I'm livid because I'm like, how dare you throw out a $1,200 phone that you cannot even afford to replace? You literally make $1,600 every 2 weeks. The phone is $1,100. You literally cannot afford to replace it. And you know, all of my work stuff is on my phone. All of my business stuff is on my phone. Literally everything that I do is on my phone. So you will throw my livelihood out the window and not care. So I'm livid. So I'm going off in the car all the way home. So we get all the way home, right? He jumps out the car, right? And leaves the car like running. And jumps out like just trying to beat me in the house. Like just like on some real like childish type stuff. And so it's like the minute he reached the door, because I'm standing outside the car, we both realized at the same time that he didn't have like the house keys. And so, you know, I jump back in the car and I drive off because like I'm pissed. Like, why the fuck would you throw my phone out the window? So I leave and I go to my friend's house that's around the corner, have him take me back to the apartment later on after I feel like things have calmed down. And mind you, nobody cares that he has an Instagram, right? Because everybody and their mom has an Instagram.
She was so
But Donovan did not want to have an
though.
Instagram. You know why? Because he was ducking baby mama number 2. That's why he didn't have any social media. So again, nobody was cracking down on him for having an Instagram. He could have made the Instagram after baby mama number 2 came forward. He could have made the Instagram and just went about his life. But no, he was doing something sneaky on the Instagram, right? Anyway, I pull off in the car and I have my homeboy I literally go to his leasing office because I don't even have a phone. I tell them to call his apartment and he answers. He comes down to get me. He's like, whoa, what happened? I'm like, you're not going to believe this nutbag just threw my phone out the window. Like, he's fucking crazy. So we literally chill out for a little bit and I go back later over there to get some clothes. In the midst of going back over there, this man on the phone, like speakerphone with his uncle, like going off like he the victim. Like, I really did something to him. And I'm like, but I caught you being sneaky. Like, why do you have an attitude and I caught you being sneaky? And on top of that, you were being sneaky, according to you, for absolutely no reason. Because if you wanted to get on Instagram to see about your dead friend John, you literally could have just gotten on my Instagram to do so. Or just said, babe, add me on Instagram. I got a gram. And nobody would have said shit. No, that's not what happened. You're being sneaky, which you guys are going to find out in the next part what the fuck he was really doing. Little friend Ryan is with me. And it's important to know that he's gay. Only for the simple fact that I felt that that's probably why Donovan tried him. Okay, so what happened was, you know, of course we came in the house. He's on the phone with his uncle trying to act like he a victim, and I'm trying to figure out like what is going on. And so mind you, I'm getting mad all over again just listening to everything that he's saying. And then I'm just like, the audacity for you to still have a phone and I don't have one. So this man goes into the, you know, the bathroom, packing up his little bag and stuff, trying to act indignant to leave, like, boy, bye, right? So he's doing all of that. So his phone is literally sitting there on the charge, and I said, very bold of you. So I picked her up and I threw her as far as I could off the balcony because I said, guess what, sir? I paid the fucking phone bill. So if anybody's not going to have a phone, it's going to be you. But since I don't have a phone, we're both not going to have a phone. So with that being said, he comes out of the bathroom looking for his phone, fucking tight as hell, looking for the phone. Talking about, you took my phone? You took my phone? I'm like, no, I didn't take your phone. Mind you, he looking at my friend Ryan like, did you take my phone? And Ryan is like, no. Like, Ryan barely even know what the fuck going on. Ryan is like, no. Like, what you mean? Ain't nobody take your phone? You know that Donovan tried to hem this boy up on the wall about the phone, really trying to check that nigga pockets, like fill his pockets. And mind you, my friend is like, whoa, get off of me. So at this point, me and my friend Ryan, we walking out the apartment like, yo, this nigga is nuts. Like, what is going on? But and this man is like chasing us down the hallway and like chases us all the way onto the elevator, still trying to press me and Ryan for his fucking phone. I'm like, I don't have your phone. I don't have your phone. Nobody has your phone. So what he does is he take my car keys up off me. So I'm like, this mother effer, just go ahead and let him have the keys. Cause mind you, my car is parked at Ryan. So I'm thinking he don't even know where Ryan lived, but nigga got a fucking memory like no other. This nigga remember where the fuck this nigga lived, stole my fucking car and the deed to my car, and then went missing for like a fucking week. Stay tuned. So after all of that craziness, we're like separated for like 2 weeks, right? The whole time he's begging to come back. He agrees to go to marriage counseling again. I'm like, okay, this is how we're going to year. Marriage counseling. This is our last ditch effort. So now we're going to go into the new year 2023, January. Okay, so we're still waiting on the DNA results. So January, February, and March go by. Still waiting on these DNA results. And so at this point, I'm starting to get impatient. I'm like, nothing's come in the mail. Like, it's been 3 months. Like, she had until the 15th like, what's going on? The whole time, like, he's telling me like, oh yeah, I'm calling them and they're telling me that, you know, if I haven't heard anything back by now, it's a good thing. And I'm just like, here we go. Like, you need to call them. I start pressing him. He's telling me that he still hasn't gotten a result. One day, of course, you know, I'm finally fed up. I said, there's no way there's no results. At this point, we're at the beginning of April 2023. So finally, I get impatient. I'm like, there's no way there's no result. So he's like, let me get off the phone and call them, because we were actually on the phone while he was at work. You know, he gets off the phone with me. He comes in from work later that day, slams the front door, y'all. It was like, I told you I wasn't that girl baby daddy. I told you I wasn't that girl baby daddy. Acting all excited, right? Like jumping around, acting excited. Like, y'all, it was diabolical. And so I'm like, okay. And mind you, I'm just watching him get all excited. And I say, okay, so before I get excited, is there any reason that you would lie about the results? He said, babe, no. On Ella Jean Mullen, I promise you, babe, I'm not lying. Like, that's not my baby. Like, we're going to get a letter in the mail. Like, all the money that I paid her in back child support, she's going to have to pay me back. Like, all of that. Like, we're good, babe. We're good. That's how I say, okay. All right. 3 weeks later go by. You know, I'm watching that mail like a hawk. Every single day, making sure I'm checking the mail before he get home. I work like a varying work schedule. So I, you know, pretty much I can work my own schedule. I'm checking that mail every single day, looking for these results, right? Because I need that to verify that you are telling the truth, to make me feel better. So it's 3 weeks later, you know, we're sitting in the bed and we're just talking about trust. Like, you know, throughout those 3 weeks, you know how like when something mind-blowing happened, you'll just like think back on it like, that's crazy that happened. For instance, like that boil in the subway, like every once in a while, like it'll just randomly come to mind, that man really choked him out in front of all those people. You know what I mean? And so like that was coming up for me about the baby moms throughout the 3 weeks, right? I would just randomly be in the car and be like, I can't believe she really said you was her baby daddy. And I just felt like his energy was not giving a man who's been vindicated, a man who's just been set free. You know what I'm saying? Like a man who's just like all his wrongs have just been made right. Like it wasn't giving that. So, you know, I'm telling him this. I don't know what it was, but it was almost like he fucking glitched or something. Like when I was saying it, that made me say, you know what you can do for me? So it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, if you want to establish trust, why won't you call the attorney general right now? Right in my face, put it on speakerphone, because if they gave you the result once, they can give it again. Call them. That would make me feel really good and really settled about the situation if I could hear it out of their mouth. Y'all, here he go. We should just wait for him to send it in the mail. I said, no, Donovan. Call him now. And so he picks up the phone, he calls. And so the whole time I'm saying, like, you told me you would never lie to me again, right? And I told you that that was something that was easy to say, right? You never lie until you have to. And so the only way to show that you've improved with your aim is to tell the truth right now. I said, because whatever they tell me on this phone, I'm going to believe them. I'm not going to believe that the Attorney General office gave you misinformation. So whatever they tell me, I'm going to believe them. He's steady saying, man, they said it wasn't my baby. They said it wasn't my baby. Then he starts saying, he said it wasn't my baby. I said, Donovan, I'm going to believe whatever the people say on the phone, whatever they say. This man waits all the way up until the woman says hello before he hangs up the phone and says, man, they said that was my baby, man, but fuck that girl, fuck that baby. It was all downhill from there. Everything unraveled in like a week. You already know I'm livid. I'm like, you said that you would literally never lie again. So how am I supposed to believe that this is outlier behavior when every opportunity you get to lie, you lie? And the worst part about someone like Donovan is that Donovan is the type of person where he's not mean. So like, imagine someone who's like always willing to, babe, what can I do to fix it? Or babe, I'm going to fix it. You know, he's always at the ready with those replies whenever something happens. It's almost like a mind fuck to have someone always doing something wrong or doing something that's really egregious and bad, but they're not mean about it. So it's kind of like you're a nice guy, but you're not a good man. You're just a nice guy. I was like kind of dealing with the mental part of that. Like, you're nice, so, and you're doing this bad stuff, it's just not going. Up until that point, we had also been attending marriage counseling. Well, of course, when he lies about the baby, I contact, my marriage counselor. I'm like, you're not going to believe what just happened. So I'm explaining to them what happened. It was a husband and wife duo that was doing the counseling. The husband gets on the phone and he's like, I actually just talked to Donovan this week. He never even mentioned that he got the results back for the baby. He also never mentioned that maybe this was something that he was struggling to tell you. And that concerns us because he sounded so genuine last week in session. Because literally at the previous session, the previous week, he had literally just told them he was willing to do whatever whatever he could to save his marriage. They're like, he fooled us. Like, he thought that it was genuine, it was sincere, we were really ready to like really get into this with you guys and really help you repair your marriage. And they were like, and as much as we believe in marriage and we want to see people work, Donovan needs to go get help with his own resources of his own volition, so that way you know that he is serious and ready to engage and do what he has to do. But we cannot have a marriage counseling session or sessions with two people and only one person is being honest. You're not going to make any progress, and it's counterproductive for everybody involved. Like 2 weeks after that, we did have a vacation that we had already been paying on was coming up in Jamaica. So we went to Jamaica, everything was fine. Prior to that, I had asked him when I booked the vacation in November, he told me on 3 different occasions that he had the PTO to go on vacation. Third time, he got a little attitude and was like, you know, you never let me handle anything. Like, I got it, it's handled. Okay, so the week we get back from vacation, you should not have a short check, right? He's like, yeah. Like, we're fine, we're good, babe, we're good. Of course. Do you think we were good? We get back from vacation and he comes into the room that Friday after and he's like, oh, I only got paid $450. I'm gonna send you $300 and you can pay tithe. It like walks out the room. I'm wiping the sleep out my eyes like, what did you just say? And I follow him in the kitchen. I said, what did you just say? He said, I got paid $450. I'm gonna send you $300 and you could just pay tithes. And I said, what do you mean $300? Like, as in like, that's it? As in like for 2 whole weeks, all you have is $450? I'm like, boy, are you living on a life membership for $300 a month, all expenses paid plus entertainment? What is going on? And he's like, but babe, that's my vacation check. And I'm like, I know that's your vacation check, but you told me it was fine. You were not going to be short. Everything was going to run smooth as possible and like it was supposed to. Why would you lie about that? And he's going to say, oh, like I just found out my vacation days don't reset till the 20th. I said, Donovan, I don't work at Enterprise. Why would I have to know that information as well as know everything else I'm supposed to know? And you cannot keep track of your own PTO. Freaking mind blowing. And we're fighting the whole day on Friday. While we're in Jamaica, he's running the phone bill up too. He's not using the room Wi-Fi. And every time I call him out on it, he's literally like, oh, that's not even me. And I say, 9274 just used the data. And it was low key every time he left the room that the data was being used. I'm like, not $400 and the phone bill is $278 and you giving me $300 and you talking about pay tithes and do what you want with the rest. Boy, have you lost your damn mind? All day Friday, fighting. Next day we have to meet the realtor out at the house. So we go out to the house to meet the realtor. My phone is dead, but the tile in the kitchen had just been installed and it's fucking beautiful. So I'm like, you know, let me see your phone to record it because my phone is completely dead because we had been running errands all day. He says something really smart about me using his phone because I'm like, not you got an attitude about a phone that you don't pay the bill on, and I'm literally just asking to take a picture of our beautiful ass tile that you don't give a fuck about because you're not contributing anything to this situation. Why would you give a fuck about your beautiful fucking tile in your new construction fucking home? Of course you're sitting on the fucking counter playing fucking video games on your fucking phone. Then he does, though, of course, the no, babe, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Here, you can have my phone. You can always have my phone. I don't have nothing to hide. So I use the phone, do what I have to do. But in the car ride on the way back into Houston, because the house is out in Summerwood, he won't shut up about this phone. He keeps talking about how I can trust him and all of this stuff. You can see my phone anytime. The whole 30 minutes, y'all, went on and on and on about this phone. So now phone is on my radar. Now I'm like, I'm finna go through that phone, bro. I'm looking at that phone, bro, because you're doing too much. You're doing too much. We get home, we're laying in the bed, and I position myself to where I'm sitting just a little bit behind him. So that way, if I go like this, he has to turn around and see what I'm doing. You know, I'm doing this on purpose. The man is glitching every time he thinks that I'm hitting a swipe on that phone. So naturally, I'm like, I'm going through that phone. Well, you know, that night go by, I give him the phone and I say a little prayer, you know, Lord, like make it so in my face that I can't deny it, that I will not refuse to walk away, that I will just be done in my heart. Like, just know the next morning, this nigga arrogant as fuck. He laid that phone right in front of me to turn on the preaching. Mind you, I'm getting ready for church. It's Sunday morning, Mother's Day. I'm getting ready for church and he's getting ready to go to work. So he lays the phone right in front of me and turns on the preaching like we do every Sunday while we're getting ready. It's preaching about marriage and infidelity. How ironic. I literally say that to him. I'm like, how ironic that the preacher is talking about, you know, infidelity in marriage. Y'all know this man looked at me and said, because niggas really don't be loving their wives. You think? So he goes into the kitchen to make me a coffee. Of course, you know, he got the phone laying right in front of me. So YouTube You're gonna hear YouTube shut off if I go to the messages. And I know this, but I don't care. You know me, I go to his phone, go to take pictures of his deleted folder. Boom, 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 right? This is at 8:34 a.m. So, you know, he comes back, picks up the phone, scrunches up his face like he's doing something serious, turns on the preaching, puts it back down. Now he's like, I'm gonna go roll up. So he goes to do what he does. Now it's 8:41. I take pictures of the deleted folder again. Now he comes, you know, he's smoking. He comes into the room, picks up the phone, attaches it to our speaker. So now the preaching is on the speaker and now he got his phone. He go into the bathroom to take a shower. Now at this point, I'm just studying the pictures, just trying to see what's different, what's off. In the deleted folder, there's a thread of messages with someone with a 281 number and it's like 74 messages. I'm like, oh, that's extensive. So I run the number through Zelle. Of course, first and last name pop up, Simone, yada, yada, right? So I'm like, Simone, okay. Then there's another 504 number, 220 messages. I go run those numbers through Zelle too. Janelle, Janelle. Then I go look at the picture that I took at 8:41, right? The second photo after he did all that serious stuff, right? Y'all, why the 281 number with the 74 messages is now named Lamond? The 504 number, Janelle, is now named John. That man changed them names in my face. This nigga think he the smartest one in the room. It's up. It's up. So you know me. I laid there for a hot little minute trying to figure out, like, how am I about to go about this? To be honest, I felt like instantly relieved because I had just prayed the night before. God showed me a sign. And I just could not believe with all the baggage that he had just added to my life in such a short amount of time that he would sign his own walking paper so fucking flawlessly. Cheating has always been like a hard bottom line for me. Hard bottom line. I just couldn't believe that he did it. I go into the bathroom and I say, you work with a Simone such and such? Him. No. I said, okay. What about a Janelle such and such? No. I said, you having extensive conversations with two women that you don't work with. I said, that's different. He's talking about, I don't even know what you're talking about. I ain't been messaging nobody. I don't even know what you're talking about. Of course you don't know what I'm talking about. You never know what I'm talking about, ever. I go into the kitchen, I sit at the bar. Mind you, he take the world's longest showers. This man instantly shower cut off, coming to the kitchen, drying off. I think that 504 number, my therapist. And I said, so why do you have her on your phone as John? He was like, the contractor at work, John gave me her card because he talked to her too. Mind you, Donovan is the type of guy, he talks about things that he doesn't do. So if he was actually attending therapy, that would have been the first thing he said anytime we got into an argument about how he's not making any progress. He would have been quick to say, I'm in therapy. So we know you are in therapy, sir. We know Janelle's not your therapist at all. We know that Janelle waxes vaginas for a living. That's what we know what Janelle does. I looked it up already. When he says that about Janelle, I'm like, okay, we'll go ahead and table that for the moment. What about Simone? Who is Simone? E-Man girlfriend. I said, E-Man as in Emmanuel, the detailer? As in, like, he's not giving me vibes like he date black girls with chest tattoos, giving like full-blown straight out of Mexico. It's not giving those vibes. So of course at this point, like, obviously we know he's lying, but I'm just like, how far is he gonna go? So I'm like, okay, so why is Emmanuel's girlfriend texting your phone? Emmanuel can only use his phone when he's on Wi-Fi, so at work he used my phone. I said, okay, cool. Well, since you're on your way to work, it should be nothing for you to go and get this proof from Emmanuel, right? Just say you're in hot shit with your wife because you let him use the phone. Tell him you need the proof to show me. Of course, Emmanuel's not going to be at work today. And I said, perfect. That means he's at home sitting under his Wi-Fi. Who wouldn't be at home on a Sunday? He's like, man, I don't think he's going to answer. And I'm like, you haven't even tried. He goes out to the balcony, calls his uncle, y'all, and was like, man, I got to find some room for my stuff, man. I got to find somewhere to go, man. I got to go, man. Totally acting like a victim. So I go out there and I'm like, why are you acting like a victim? You just said Janelle's your therapist. Simone is E-Man's girl. Like, nothing's happened. Like, I said, you're acting like a guilty person. What's going on? Oh, he's like, man, I just know that E-Man not gonna be able to give me this stuff today. I said, you haven't even tried. Here he goes, pulling out his phone, acting like he about to text E-Man. And I'm like, the messages are green. I said, so that means that he has data. He don't have no data. He was like, he got an Android. And I said, okay, but do Androids have iMessage? So again, text him because it's giving lies. Like, what's going on? You're lying. So he's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I said, okay, well, try to text him, right? Mind you, he doesn't know that I already messaged Simone. So I'm waiting for Simone to like hopefully be a girl's girl and like text me back. So the whole time he's maintaining that it is Emmanuel's girlfriend. So I go into the whole spiel about trust again, about lying, about progress, about how you said you were going to X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, this is your moment to shine. Tell the truth. This is your moment, sir. And back? So he's literally still saying Simone is Emmanuel's girlfriend. He was just using my phone. Oh, after I went into the whole spiel about trust and telling the truth and telling him, you know, it was his moment to shine, still maintain that it was E-Man's girlfriend. Why did that girl text me back in that moment?
What to do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back in the confessional. Yes, we stand lit, big dog. Man, shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my homeboy, Lucky Wheels of Deals. We gonna keep it lit, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to this video. A lot of y'all be watching the videos, but y'all not subscribing. So go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, okay? So you'll be notified when I drop a new video, okay? Like, come on, man. Stop being a Gilligan and go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your boy. Because we know if you watch this video and you watch the next video and you watch the 10 previous videos, you should just go ahead and subscribe, say you like the channel, and, you know, rock with your boy. Like, come on, man, what are we doing here? Okay, it's over 100,000 of y'all not hitting the subscribe button, but y'all watch the channel all the time. Anyway, let's get to 100K, big dog. Hey, hit up HiveMindLabs.com, okay? Get that super fat burner. Unbig your back, okay? Sister girl went to go work out, but I got some bones to pick with this lady. It was just so much, and it was so long that I was just like, yo, woman, this is all your fault. See, you just out here searching for the truth when it's smacking you right in the damn head. You're gaslighting him on any chance you get. You already see he's not going to tell you the truth. But since you just want to dig up and get the truth, and he's still not going to tell you the truth, and then you feel some type of way when he don't tell you the truth. But it seems like everything that's happened in this relationship, you first of all, he met this girl in 2019. She have a baby. Y'all got together in 2020, and y'all get married, and then in 2022, like, come on now, you couldn't have been with him for no longer than a couple months, or he was with her when he was with you. And same thing, if he was with the other girl pretty quick, y'all just have, she had a baby by him quick, you got married to him quick. How you do that? I would like to blame this man as much of a dirtbag as he is. I mean, he ain't paying no bills. He ain't paying his own phone bill, and that's your fault. Okay? Obviously, he's not taking care of his kids. Okay? Then you decide, oh, you're cheating on me. We're going to counseling. Let's get a realtor and buy a house. For what? For absolutely what? What would make you think that I want to buy a house with a cheater? Like, that makes no sense. Nah, we ain't buying no house. Let's go get another apartment. Then the fact that you threw his phone out the window. This is the thing. I don't want to get on this woman too much, but because the man is obviously a dirtbag, rightfully so. But nothing about her says, "Oh, I was just cool, calm, and collected." Because cool, calm, and collected wouldn't have been like, "There's his phone. I'm finna throw it out the window." No, you was starting it too. You know, and that's the one thing I get from this. This is a one-sided story. Yes, he might have been acting like a victim towards everything else, but nothing in my soul says that Ann, you were just sitting back, allowing this man to do all this, and you wasn't saying nothing, you wasn't doing nothing, you wasn't slamming doors, you wasn't kicking him out the car. Obviously, you the only person with the car. Why would you marry a man with no car and then you want to blame him? Why do y'all blame men for not being what you want in life. And luckily, you was about to have a baby with this man. You was about to have, and then you would have got on her and told the world how terrible of a baby daddy he is, knowing damn well he didn't have a car, knowing damn well he wasn't paying his phone bill, knowing damn well he can't keep a job because you said he's jobless all the time. And you have a baby, you was almost having a baby by him, and you almost bought a house with him. Yo, we gotta stop blaming men for being dirt bags to these women. We gotta start blaming these these women for being with these dirt bags and not holding themselves accountable for being with dirt bags. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. You could just see, you could tell. Like, if a man is willingly tricking off on you, you might have to check his facts. See where is he coming from? Is he living with this other girl and helping me paying stuff to me? Or is he homeless, or is he living with his mama, or what is he doing? Does he have a car? Does he have a stable job? Does he have back child support? Like, these are the questions that a man should tell you up front before you decide that you want to be in a relationship with him, before you decide if you want to let him take you on dates, before you decide if you want to have unprotected sex. All this stuff needs to happen. There's no way that you should be getting married to a man who can't keep a job. How long did you know him before you got married to him, before you realized he can't keep a job? See, so as much as we know this dude's a dirtbag, and everybody gonna be like, why you ain't blaming the man? Because she on here telling the story. She on here telling the story, and she lying about a lot. Not about him. She lying about her. Everyday people, man, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.